Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Census Bureau. I just need to ask you a few questions for your country. It won't take more than like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Ma'am, are first dates just interviews for the job of not dying alone?
What? Can you repeat that?
Are first dates just interviews for the job of not dying alone?
No.
Is the speed limit the maximum speed you can go by law and the minimum speed you can go without peeing off everyone else in traffic?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my yeah. I think so.
Ma'am, wouldn't it be cool if after you died, you could see the top 5 times you almost died? Are you aware that the letter W starts with a D?
Yes, it does.
Now, ma'am, when you buy a half chicken, is that your way of pretending that you're sharing a meal with someone?
No.
Ma'am, when you're standing at the grocery store in a queue, are you amazed by all the different types of foods that you see in the trolley and the fact that almost all of it will come out of someone's butt?
That's all gonna... Oh my... No, I don't.
It's like such a waste.
No, I don't have thoughts like that.
Ma'am, have you ever wondered if you've ever had milk from the same cow twice?
Yes, I do. Like... Is it the same cow's milk?
What do you think? You have or you haven't?
No, I don't think so.
Ma'am, is insurance the only thing you pay for, hoping that it's a waste of money?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you know that every man on earth over the age of 13 has attempted to hang a towel from their erect penis at least once?
What? What? Repeat that again?
No, it's true. Do you know that every man on earth over the age of 13 has attempted to hang a towel from their erect penis at least once?
Oh my no.
It's true. How long do you think Rapunzel's pubes were?
What?
How long do you think Rapunzel's pubes were?
I have no idea. Thank you for calling Nampak Garden Day. I'm assisting.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Census Bureau. I just need literally 30 seconds of your time to ask you a few questions for your country.
Don't make me roll like a lion.
No, ma'am. Not going to make you do that.
Okay?
But I am going to ask you some questions. Like, have you ever thought about how many pistachio nuts you've wasted because you were unable to open the shell?
It's fine. I don't mind.
Do you agree it's not procrastination if you never had any intention of doing it in the first place?
Yes.
No.
Ma'am, how exciting is it that there are hundreds of people out there who are wearing clothing that you tried on but never bought?
Oh, that must be a lot, eh?
Do you think Slash from Guns N' Roses has trouble reading out his website address to people?
No, I don't know. No, I wouldn't be able to answer that one.
Ma'am, do you know that 90% of millennials can't spell millennial without spell check?
Yeah, can be true.
Ma'am, do you wish that your neck fat rolls were as cute as your dog's neck fat rolls?
I don't have neck fat. I've got neck wrinkles.
Is it really a vacation if you have to see yourself in a costume all day?
Yes.
Is the first rule of chess club to hide from Fight Club?
I don't know.
When you first heard that someone had club feet, did you think that they were a good dancer?
No, I wouldn't. I don't know that answer. Eh?
Can the saying, "It's the thought that counts," apply to exercise?
Oh, I just thought, no.
Ma'am, when you first heard of doggy style, did you think it was lying around all day on the carpet and getting excited when someone walked in the door?
No.
When a song has whistling in it, is it the artist or do they hire a professional whistler?
I know in the movie The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, they had somebody in. Remember that tune? And the guy whistled because, you know the story about that?
No.
There was this guy that was whistling that song.
Okay.
And then they liked that. He was just a cleaner. And then they liked that tune that he was whistling, and that's how he got the job.
Okay, I didn't know that, ma'am. Thank you. When we were kids, we hated getting spanked and taking naps. Are you now into both of those things?
Depending who's spanking you.
Are farts just the ghosts of food we have eaten?
As in,
Yes, correct.
no. It's just gases in your stomach. So how did I do?
Ma'am, you just scraped through with a pass.
Okay. All right, bye.
She's lovely. She could just stay on
awesome, yeah.
the whole day. She could just go. She could have done 300 questions.
How may I assist you?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Senseless Bureau. I just need about 10 seconds of your time to ask you a few questions for your country.
If you make it quick, yes, you can.
Ma'am, did you grow up so poor that your mom told you that the B in a BLT sandwich stands for bread and not bacon?
No.
Is most of your day spent avoiding eye contact?
No, definitely not. I'm in customer services, so I have to make eye contact.
Do you not believe in serviettes because any food wiped away is food wasted?
No, I believe in serviettes.
Ma'am, is the hardest part about marriage pretending to care when your spouse has lost their phone?
Yeah.
Do you wish that your dog could walk on its hind legs so that you could hold hands?
No.
Ma'am, are you happy that you don't have the mental ability to overthink anything?
No, I do overthink.
Do you wish that having your zip down would be more acceptable because it would be a great air vent on hot days?
No.
Do you think Eminem's mom would make a lot of money if she opened a spaghetti shop?
Yes.
Ma'am, how long do you have to wait to unpause the TV after your spouse tells you they want a divorce?
5 seconds.
If a vegan turns into a zombie, what would they eat?
Oh, I don't really have an answer for that question.
Ma'am, if you've had sex with less than 12 people, do you know that having sex with you is more exclusive than walking on the moon?
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Is this a serious survey, sir?
Yes, this is a serious survey.
Good day, PE. How can I assist you?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Census Bureau. I just need to ask you a few questions for your country. It won't take longer than 10 seconds.
Sure, no problem.
Ma'am, when you feel something crawling on you, but there's nothing there, is that the ghost of a spider that you've killed?
Oh, yes, it could be.
Do you wish that just for once your nervous system was a confidence system?
Yes.
Are you aware the year 2050 is as far ahead of us as 1984 is behind us?
No.
Did you know the pickup line, "Did it hurt when you fell from heaven," is actually somebody asking if you are Satan?
No.
Has your thumb scrolled more kilometers than you've walked? Probably.
Yes.
Do you think it must be really difficult for a Nigerian prince to get anything done by email?
Yeah.
Do you know that it's almost impossible to give someone bad news on April Fool's Day?
Oh, no.
Do you know that as an adult, you can go to the zoo anytime you want?
I have been recently. I've been to the one in Victoria.
Should movie theaters have a headphone jack option so you don't have to listen to the 20 kids yelling and people chewing loudly next to you?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a plus-sized male model?
No.
Ma'am, do you know that the phrase "nice guys finish last" has two meanings?
No.
They say home is where the heart is. But isn't it actually just where you the most comfortable pooing?
Okay, thank you. Bye.
It's become customary for the last question to be a poo question.
Oh.
You know? Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Senseless Bureau. I just need to ask you a few questions for your country. It won't take more than 5 seconds.
Yes, of course.
Ma'am, would it be cool if when you were born, the doctors and nurses all sang happy birthday in the delivery room?
Yes.
Do you think your eyes water when you yawn because you miss your bed so much that it makes you sad?
Absolutely.
Is there anything more frustrating than watching your mom use a computer?
Very few things in life.
Do you think a waiter has ever flirted with you and you dismissed it as them trying to get a better tip?
No, to come to think about it, but probably.
Why do rappers all act hardcore when what they're really just doing is reading you their poetry?
I don't know, because poetry doesn't sell.
Ma'am, have you ever thought that maybe dogs that are all barking, they're actually shouting, "Shut up, man, I'm trying to sleep," to the dog who barked first?
I hope so.
Are birthday gifts just rewards for not dying?
Oh, I love that. Let's say yes.
When you say forward or back, do you know that your mouth moves in that direction?
Oh, it does. That's cool.
Did you just do that?
I just did it, yes.
Do you always say Wednesday in your head when trying to spell or write Wednesday?
Absolutely, I do.
If you think your parents didn't have a favorite child, you were the favorite child.
I know I'm the favorite child.
Do opera singers have beautiful sounding orgasms?
I think it's probably more scary than beautiful.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. You were fantastic. Thanks for being on the Senseless survey.
You are very welcome. Have a nice day.
I ran out of questions.
Wow.
I ran out of questions. I thought she was going to put down on that one, but no.
Good day, can I help you?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Census Bureau. I just need to ask you a couple of questions for your country. It won't take very long.
Far away.
Ma'am, would you be surprised to learn that old people spend 60% of their day wondering when the mail will be delivered?
Yes.
Is it illegal to spray tan a baby?
Is it illegal? I don't think it's illegal, but I wouldn't do it. Why would you spray tan a baby? It doesn't make sense. Why would I want to do it?
Why does nobody use the hospital as their emergency contact?
They use ER24, I would say, but some people do use hospital.
Ma'am, could you kill somebody with the underwire from your bra?
I'm supposed you could.
Is robbing a bottle store on your bucket list?
No, it's not on my bucket list.
Have you ever referred to your scars as experienced tattoos?
No.
Is the main advantage of being a woman is that nobody can surprise you with a kid years later and say, you're the mom?
Correct, yes.
Is your superpower not being able to touch anything in a public toilet? It's mine.
Yes.
Is your +1 at a wedding your emotional baggage?
No, I wouldn't say it's my emotional baggage.
Ma'am, is your idea of going viral sneezing into somebody's open mouth?
Oh, yes. No. I cover my mouth.
When you want to see what your family is up to, do you skip Facebook and turn on the news?
No.
Is all underwear edible depending on how long you want to chew?
I suppose yes.
Would you say the difference between a normal braid and a French braid is dependent on how much tongue you use?
Tongue you use? Oh, no.
Are you aware that the only thing more incriminating than a man's browser history is a man with no browser history?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. If you caught your son vaping, would you make him eat the whole machine?
No, I would not make him eat the machine.
Do you think dogs ever get songs stuck in their head?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. No, I don't know.
Are you participating in Take Your Stepfather to Work Day today?
No.
Would you get your nails done at a salon called Hand Job?
But yes, that's the name of it. Okay, bye.
The whole time she thought that was a legit survey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your wine club, Nadine speaking. How can I help you?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Census Bureau. I just need a couple seconds of your time to ask you a few questions for your country.
Okay, depends. Let me see if I'll answer.
Ma'am, if you clean a vacuum cleaner, are you a vacuum cleaner?
No.
When you lose a sock, should there be a place to donate the remaining sock to people with only 1 foot?
Oh, goodness gracious me. I suppose, yeah, donate with someone with 1 foot. It's a good cause.
How come whenever you go out to eat and order extras on your food, they charge you more, but if you ask for something to be taken off, the price stays the same?
Yeah, no, that's just plain ridiculous.
When you see someone driving the same car as you, do you feel like you are on the same team?
Yeah.
And are you very lonely?
No.
Do you know one way to tell you're getting older is when one of your friends says that they're pregnant and your reaction is not congratulations, it's, oh, shit.
Oh, I don't know. No, what would I have said? Probably congratulations, yeah. And
Should restaurants have children and non-children areas like smoking and non-smoking areas?
no, I feel it's unfair. I mean, it's a free country. Everybody does what they want to.
Are rhinos secretly fat unicorns?
No.
Ma'am, do you know that back in the day, grandpas used to write grandmas 5-page love letters? And now all guys send to their girlfriends are pictures of their dongs.
They actually just sit on their bloody cell phones, man, and look at Shiza all day.
Ma'am, is it inconsiderate for a man to poo in a unisex bathroom?
Okay. What type of questions is this?
Get food. Good afternoon, madam.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Senseless Bureau. I just need to ask you a few questions for your country. It won't take too long.
I'm listening.
Ma'am, did you lie to your children and tell them that you met their dad in church?
No.
Do you wish that all the naps you were supposed to have as a kid you could bankroll into your adult life?
Yes.
Imagine.
Yes.
Sure.
Are you legally allowed to suck a dentist's fingers if they keep them in your mouth for longer than 4 seconds?
Legally.
No.
Have you ever given yourself a high five?
No.
Does Siri recognize your voice if you have food in your mouth?
No.
Do you hate it when you're in a public toilet and the automatic toilet flushes before you are finished crying?
Yes. Oh.
Oh. Yes.
Should sex education require young people to listen to 1 hour of a crying baby and watch the same episode of Paw Patrol 6 times in an afternoon?
Yeah.
Yes.
And ma'am, when a rehab advert comes on, does everyone in the room look at you? Clearly the one that touched the nerve.
Yo.
Hello, Lynette speaking.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Senseless Bureau. I just need to ask you a few questions for your country. It won't take very long at all.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is out of sight, out of mind mostly true until it comes to snakes?
Yes, it does, eh?
If life gives you melons, are you dyslexic?
No.
Think about it. Is a moustache your mouth's eyebrow?
Clearly not. Because you can take it off your eyebrows. You don't think of taking off.
If you work at an adult store, ma'am, what is considered not safe for work?
Don't go to work naked.
Do you know that Ginger Spice is the only Spice Girl named after an actual spice?
Never knew that.
Ma'am, if you could just give this next answer to me in the nearest milliliter. How many liters of your own spit do you drink a month?
I don't know, thousands. You do it unconsciously, so I suppose if you really think about it, then yes, you do.
Do you think pigs get enough credit considering that they turn vegetables into bacon?
No.
When there's a female boxing match, should they have guys walk around in their underpants holding up the cards for the round number?
Why not, hey? That would be awesome, eh? It's like tit for tat.
On Monday's fine, and it's just your life that sucks.
Is this for real? No.
Do you know if people had to build houses like spiders, they would have to literally shit bricks?
I believe that's a good point, yeah.
Thank you for calling. Natasha speaking.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Senseless Bureau. I just need to ask you a couple questions for your country. It really won't take long.
Okay.
Would you agree smuggling alcohol into work is pretty easy if you put it in your stomach first?
That means you come here intoxicated. Obviously, it's not a good idea, but I'm sure there's people that get away with it.
Ma'am, how exciting is it that you have a better chance of robbing a bank than winning the lottery?
I can almost say people would think twice before robbing a bank, but rather do something that is not as intriguingly dangerous.
Ma'am, do you shampoo your eyebrows?
You gotta wash your face. It's part of washing your face. Oh, I'm sorry for laughing.
Do you know that it's proper etiquette in a gender-neutral bathroom to leave the seat at a 45-degree angle?
I would say yes, be considerate of the next gender that walks in there.
Despite it being the main reason to drink, why have we never seen a sad alcohol advert?
Because adverts are deceiving. So obviously they're not going to put the sad face on it. They got to draw the customer.
What do you think about this idea for a new superhero? The Delegator. He shows up at a scene in a suit and tie and decides it's a job for someone else.
Okay, a delegator is somebody that dishes out or hands out instructions as opposed to fixing up something or doing something himself. But superheroes do themselves. Yeah, you can't be called a superhero if you delegate somebody else.
Ma'am, when you see a misbehaving kid, do you dislike the kid or perhaps despise his or her parents?
The parent, because manners starts in the home. I'm sorry, I'm being so candid, very honest.
Ma'am, do you know that no matter how intimidating someone is, they can't be intimidating if they have the hiccups?
Obviously not, because you will laugh. You will laugh.
Ma'am, have you ever thought how scared the first woman was that had twins?
So obviously things were not as advanced. I'm sure she was scared pardon me being so candid, but it is what it is. Bye.
She was wonderful.
Good day, can I help you?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Agent 31962. I'm calling you from the Census Bureau. I just need to ask you a couple of questions for your country. It won't take very long.
Far away.
Ma'am, could you kill somebody with the underwire from your bra?
I'm supposed you could.
Is it illegal to spray tan a baby?
Is it illegal? I don't think it's illegal, but I wouldn't do it. Why would you spray tan a baby? It doesn't make sense. Why would I want to do it?
Is robbing a bottle store on your bucket list?
No, it's not on my bucket list.
Have you ever referred to your scars as experienced tattoos?
No.
Is the main advantage of being a woman is that nobody can surprise you with a kid years later and say, you're the mom?
Correct, yes.
Is your superpower not being able to touch anything in a public toilet?
Yes.
Ma'am, is your idea of going viral sneezing into somebody's open mouth?
Well, yes. No. I cover my mouth.
When you want to see what your family is up to, do you skip Facebook and turn on the news?
No.
Is all underwear edible depending on how long you want to chew?
Underwear. I suppose yes.
Would you say the difference between a normal braid and a French braid is dependent on how much tongue you use?
Tongue you use? Oh, no. No.
Are you aware that the only thing more incriminating than a man's browser history is a man with no browser history?
That's true.
No, I did not know that.
If you caught your son vaping, would you make him eat the whole machine?
No, I would not make him eat the machine.
Do you think dogs ever get songs stuck in their head?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. No, I don't know.
Are you participating in Take Your Stepfather to Work Day today?
No.
Is your +1 at a wedding your emotional baggage?
No, I wouldn't say it's my emotional baggage. Bye.
What a woman.
She's amazing.